Welcome to this very special edition of the KJ Masterclass Live, the show which ensures that you profit from your time spent here with experts, either through their industry insights, information, or simply learning from them. And today we have Michael Hirsch. He's a veteran product leader, dynamic speaker, and through his consultancy, Break Up Pencil coaches professionals to enhance their skills and advance their careers, combining customer-centric product vision with that data-driven decision making and strategic planning. Welcome to the show, Michael.
Thank you very much for having me.
You are welcome. Welcome to the show. Welcome to India in this online form, Michael. And I'm sure not just in India, but a lot of people across the globe will benefit from what we are going to talk right now. We'll be talking about AI-driven product management, AI in product management, and things around it. But before we come to this, Michael, let's understand a bit about your journey, your background, so that the audience understands who they are listening to and also can learn from your journey itself.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks, Ajay. Again, my name is Michael Hirsch. My journey, I've been in technology, product management, and product leadership for a little over 20 years. And through that journey, I've seen the craft of product management evolve. And I find that we're at a really interesting time right now with AI, where we're seeing, I think, a big change in how product management is happening. About a year and a half ago, I decided to leave the corporate world and break out on my own as a product coach and product consultant. So today I help product managers and product leaders around the world with professional development, helping them be able to get promoted, helping them to be able to succeed and excel in their role, and also helping them to understand how AI, artificial intelligence, is changing the work they do today.
Absolutely, absolutely, Michael. So I want to understand from a layman's perspective, who is in a village, perhaps, what should they understand? Who is a product manager? What is their main task? And what you do, is it only in one particular industry, or a product manager could be from any particular industry?
Yeah, so a product manager can be from any industry. Mostly, product managers deal with technology. That's kind of the industry from which this role was born. But these days, any industry, if they're not working in technology, they're falling behind. Insurance, consumer goods, all of those businesses are looking at what's their online strategy, what's their mobile strategy, what's their direct to consumer, and all of those involve technology. So any industry will have product managers. Now, what we really do as product managers is we manage the idea, the vision, and the development of the product. If any At any given time, you can drop into any company around the world and you'll find a meeting happening. And around that table, you'll find engineering, you'll find marketing, maybe somebody from finance, you'll find somebody from sales, you'll find somebody from customer support. The most important person is never in the room, and that's the customer, the person that we're actually trying to build this product for. And that's really what the product manager does. We are there to be the expert on the customer and to provide the vision and all of the supporting resources for bringing that vision to life as a product into the market.
Right, right, Michael. So product manager seems to be a very important person into the scheme of things. So why do product managers then, worry about a problem in a career in which they should be in great demand everywhere? What are the problems that a product manager can face? Who do these product managers report to, especially if you are talking about the IT sector itself?
Yeah, so most commonly, we are now these days seeing product managers report all the way up to the CEO. So now we've seen an emergence of something called the Chief Product Officer, CPO, as one of the executives in the leadership team. And before that, you would see product management either report up to marketing or up to engineering. Both of those were a little suboptimal. And so now that we see mostly product managers reporting directly into the CEO through their leadership chain, we're seeing a lot better results from these tech companies that have finally figured out how to take advantage of product management and deliver products effectively that deliver value immediately to customers.
Right. And that is where I asked about the challenges that these product managers have, either in with regards to the product itself. As you said, the most important person, that is the customer, is not there, and they have to know about the customer, try to, be of benefit uh, to that customer, and also have to look at the industry. A product can suddenly get wiped out, forget the product, the company itself can get wiped out, either its idea or can get acquired. So help us understand about the challenges that a product manager should faces these days and should be ready for, someone who wants to be a product manager.
Yeah, thank you. So product managers, one of the challenges they face is they're sitting in between the business and the customer. And the primary risks that any company has when it's launching a product are whether or not the company can build it. Is it something we can even build? And engineering really owns that risk. Whether or not we can build a product that people will understand and like to use. And design usually handles that risk. But is this a product that customers are going to like? Is this a product that customers are willing to spend money on? Is it going to bring value to the company? And then also viability. Is this something the company can actually do? Is it legal? Do we have to worry about privacy concerns? What about competitive reactions? So a product manager has a lot of challenges and a lot of things to be mindful of. And so one of those is, making sure that everything we're doing is going to be both valuable and viable for the business. Another challenge a product manager has is monitoring and keeping an eye on competition. We don't usually like to follow competition too closely. If you do, you end up just being a copycat, a me too. And that's never going to get you to rise to being a market leader. But you do need to understand competition because you need to understand how the industry is shifting and how things are changing. And the most important, or one of the most important characteristics of product managers, and a real challenge, is they have to speak what I call a lot of languages. They have to be able to communicate with the customer, with the executive team, with the sales team, with the marketing team, with the accounting and finance department, with the engineering team. And every one of those groups has different languages they speak, has different ways of understanding, has different expectations and needs. And so a product manager really needs to have great communication skills and empathy and understanding of who they're talking to so that they can bring that whole vision together for all of those people to support.
Right. So a manager is a manager, however high it is. What is a product leader? Is it
Yeah.
some special designation, or you elevate your position by itself and become a leader?
So the way I describe it is a product manager manages products, not people, but products, right? You have products within your set of responsibility. A product leader manages product managers. And so sometimes a product leader also manages product or products, but there's a difference in managing products only and managing product managers. And product managers, because of the unique position, because of the unique central role, all the expectations and demands, managing product managers is a little bit, in my opinion, is quite unique. And it's not the same as managing any other role in the company today.
Right. And then there is this coach who comes and trains these product leaders. What is your role? Where do you come in? Do you come when these leaders are, managers are trying to become leaders? Or do you come in when these leaders are not able to do their job? Help us understand your role and what is your expertise to be able to coach such product leaders.
Yeah. So I come in both of those situations. Product managers who are really trying to push to that next level and earn that product leader role, or people who have been newly promoted or hired into a product leader role and are really still trying to figure things out. Back to product management a little bit. There is no real degree for it. You go to school, you get an accounting, a finance, a marketing degree. There is no real product management degree. We're starting to see little things here and there, but nothing really has taken hold. And so most of the time, product managers are just sort of thrown into the role. They come into it from different places and they're thrown into it, and you kind of just have to figure it out, which works, but it's not the best way of learning. So where I come in is I can help product managers or product leaders not have to go through all the pains of making mistakes to learn. I can bring my 20 plus years of experience in different industries and different companies to say, look, the situation you're in right now, there's a few different ways you can handle it. Here's what you might want to consider. Or have you thought about this? Or what if you, make sure that you're presenting this out to the executive team? So I can help them not make as many mistakes as I made, and get better at their job faster. Now, you would hope that that happens within the company, that product leaders are coaching their product managers and that executives are helping and coaching the product leaders. But in reality, that doesn't happen. There's just never enough time. And the first thing that falls to the side is that. And so even though the intent is there for these product managers and leaders to be able to, support each other, very often I find they don't. And so that's where I can come in and help them either one-on-one or with a group. I do some individual personalized coaching, and I also do cohort-based classes. So I'll teach a course on AI, or I'll teach a course on product leadership with people from all sorts of different companies coming together and working together to learn from each other, learn some best practices, and then I help bring curriculum as well.
Right, right, Michael. What are the major challenges that these people have? One challenge is it a challenge like that if the product does not do good, it all falls on them, and if it does, then the CEO is there to ready to take all the credit and ready to go for a press conference. How does a product manager survive in this world, or is it a better world out there?
So, a product manager, it's an exciting job. It's been to me, it's the best job in the world. I've loved it. There's nothing more exciting than seeing the CEO of your company holding up your product, showing the world, or seeing your product for the first time, in customers' hands, the first time in the wild. There's an incredible feeling in seeing something that you've been working on and focused on and spending so much of your energy in actually going into the world, into customers' hands. It isn't just the product manager. There are so many pieces to it. So while the responsibility of the success of the product ultimately ends with, well, it really ends with the CEO, but really with the product manager or the product team, most companies today understand that there are inherent risks and it's never just one person's fault. And so companies, rather than worrying about whose fault it was, will start now worrying about how do we de-risk or mitigate or do some testing early so that we reduce the chances of something being launched that isn't successful. So they're putting a lot more investment into upstream testing and product discovery, which is the right way to do it, versus putting something out and hoping it's successful.
Right, right. While as a product manager you work on making the product successful, how about your career? How do you navigate that particular stream and make yourself, fit for the market in case there is an opening that may require you to be there, and a
Sure.
higher position, or if you lose your job, then you are certainly not out in deep waters. Rather, you want to be floating, whatever the situation is. So, how should they divide their time? Can it happen simultaneously, or should they just do it discreetly?
It can definitely happen, but it takes effort and it takes an intentional behavior. I've been fortunate 4 different times in my career in 4 different companies. I was promoted from an individual contributing product manager to a product leader. So I've certainly seen and experienced what does it take to get a business, a company that you're a part of, to recognize that you're both valuable as a product manager, but really as a leader for other product managers. And the way to do it is, first of all, of course, deliver good products and good work. You have to be good at what you do. But the other way is you have to make sure people see that. It's really easy to just get focused on the work and not worry about the fact that others may not realize all that you're doing and the impact it's having. And so I coach product managers to make sure they share up and to the side the work they're doing and the value it's bringing to the business. and it's not very natural because it always feels a little bit embarrassing. I don't want to brag, but it's really important that the business sees you not just as a good product manager, but as a product manager that's delivering value. Because when they see you that way, they will always then see you as a potential rise to the leadership role.
Right. And the role of AI in product management. What is the role here? Means a technology company is a technology company, and they will have a product manager who knows about these things, and then you are putting more AI into it. Is it too much of AI, or AI can be used nicely in this situation? Help us understand what, as from outsider, what does AI do into product management? How much of that should be included? What is the best way to use AI in today's time in product management?
Yeah, we're seeing AI impact product management in really in two ways, Ajay. The first is um, increasing productivity, being able to do things that previously were really, really challenging. If you're a product manager, you want to understand what are things customers like and customers don't like. What are where are they having challenges? Where are things going easily? And so we would collect lots and lots of data. We would collect data from the software product itself. We would collect data from surveys. We would collect data from industry research. The customer support group within the company would have lots of data, and we would try to look through it and see where we could find some signals of where customers were struggling and where were things we could improve. With AI now, we can take all of that data and just almost instantly start to find those insights. So we've gotten a lot more effective and a lot more efficient. So AI is impacting product managers doing their job. They need to be using AI to be more effective and more productive. The second way AI is impacting product managers is almost every product manager I know in tech has been asked in some form to include AI in the product. We need AI in our product is kind of the message they get, and then go figure it out. So product managers are now trying to figure out, how do I bring AI into the product I'm managing? What are the benefits uh, I can use, to benefit and bring value to my customers? Be that personalization, be that higher levels of automation. What are the things I can do? And so product managers are having to learn how AI can enhance their products. And managing AI is different than product managing software before. And so there's some new things they have to learn, things like model drift and bias, things like context management, all sorts of things like that that are important for AI models that weren't important for just pure software. And so product managers are both using AI in their daily lives, or need to be, and are implementing it into their products as well.
Right. What about the customer? Means customer is out. So what has to be, instead of putting so much of technology and AI into that, I don't get to hear about that customer has been brought into the picture. The customer seems to know only when there is this product launch with big screens, and the CEO or whoever it is talks about big things. Sometimes those products do not work even on online real time trial and all. But I want to understand, where is the customer? Why is the customer so distantly being treated, rather than bringing him inside the room and getting his feedback?
Yeah, well, they shouldn't be distant. They should be in the room and they should be providing feedback. And that's one of the main roles of the product manager. So if a product manager is trying to figure out how to bring AI into the product, for example, CEO said, I want AI, figure it out. The product manager starts, or should start, with the customer. What are the customer's issues, or where would the customer find more value in this product? Would they find value because this product, using AI might reduce the amount of time to do something by half? Using AI might allow the customer to have a better and more understandable experience with the product, so they have less confusion or less likelihood of filing a support ticket. So the product manager needs to be out there talking with customers, actually talking with customers, or bringing customers in to test. What about this? What about that? Do you like this? Do you like that? Does this help? Does this not? And all of that is what will allow the product manager to ensure that what they're building is very likely to succeed. And so the customer has to be included. And if they're not, this is where sometimes you see a CEO stand up with a product and everybody's looking like, what? Why? Why? In those situations, the customer was never brought in. This was somebody's idea and they just built it. But then there's times when a CEO stands up and shows a product and it's just, of course, we've been waiting for that. That's the times when customers have been brought in.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, with AI coming in, what does the future of product management look like? Will the future of product management will be without a product manager itself? Because AI is going to manage so many things. There is already talk of putting the CEO aside. Some company have already tried it and it has delivered better results. Do you think a product manager will be wiped out, or maybe not those numbers of product managers, only a couple might remain within the system? How do you see the future, Michael?
We debate this a lot. AI, at least in the foreseeable future, will not replace product managers. But product managers who don't embrace AI will find themselves out, will find themselves outside, out of work, and unhireable. So if you want to remain engaged and in the business and relevant to your company or other companies, you have to be embracing AI. The reason AI isn't going to replace product managers anytime soon is because product management, as I've tried to explain, some of the most important skills are things like empathy and humility, being able to go to a customer and say, what's the problem? How can I help? What am I doing? Humility and empathy and communication and interaction and context, all of those things are very human skills that maybe one day AI will get better at and be very good at, but today it's not. And so there's no threat to me, in my opinion, to product managers today from AI, except for the product managers that refuse to embrace it.
Right, right. Now let's talk about your company, Break a Pencil. Very intelligent name. How
Thank
did you come across this name?
The name is my father. When I was growing up, my father would. If you've heard the saying "break a leg," which comes from the theater industry, break a leg means good luck. Break a leg, good luck. And my father, whenever it was, I was at school and I was taking an exam or some, and instead of saying break a leg on the exam, he'd say break a pencil. Because he thought, that was a little bit better. So break a pencil to me was a way of honoring his memory. And it's a way that I think of saying good luck. And hopefully what I can bring to these product managers and product leaders is not just luck, but enough skills and intelligence that they'll have a better chance of having good luck. So I've carried the tradition. I tell my daughters whenever they're going to go take a test, break a pencil. And that's how it became the name of my company.
Wonderful. So a lot of people who want to understand more about your company, about your coaching, about product management itself. So what's the best way for all these people to connect with you?
Best way is to go to my website, which is breakapencil.com. That's BREAKAPENCIL, breakapencil.com. In there, they can learn all about me and the services I offer. They can easily get in touch with me there, either through email, through phone, or through setting up a time to meet. I'm happy to chat with anybody. I do virtual coffees all the time. And even with the clients and people that I work with in India, I always make the schedules work as we're doing right now, since we're really about halfway around the world from each other.
Absolutely. With this, it's a wrap on this very special edition of the KJ Masterclass Live. Thank you so much indeed for joining us.
Thank you.